you probably masturbate every single day. If you don't masturbate every single day, it probably means you're on NoFap. And if you are on NoFap, it's still probably only likely that you do it at least once a week. If you do it less than once a week, like once every 2 weeks, once every month, that's amazing. And if you don't do it at all, then you don't need to be on this video. Click off YouTube right now and go touch grass and hang out with your family. But if you still do masturbate, you probably have struggles with a few things. Talking to women, focusing, doing anything worth value, like reading or anything like that, without being bored, and having a good self-image. Now, what is NoFap? NoFap is a movement where people try to not watch porn or masturbate. I will use those terms now by saying PMO, which means porn, masturbation, or orgasm, which NoFap is also having to do with having sex if you do have sex, but I somewhat doubt that. Now, PMO is terrible for you because of a few things. It is basically a hard drug. What it does is it sends huge hits of dopamine into your dopamine receptors in your brain, causing you to feel a bunch of pleasure and fulfillment. And this hijacks the circuits that make you feel happy about reading a book or completing a project or doing your homework or anything else like that. It's the same thing that all hard drugs do. Cocaine, meth, weed, all of them give huge dopamine hits, just like PMO. So when you do PMO, you're basically doing hard drugs. Now, PMO and all hard drugs are extremely addicting, and if you do them, you are almost certainly addicted. Some people cope and like, oh, I can stop anytime I want. I don't have to. Anyway, that's not true. 100% not true. If you think you can stop at any time, stop right now. 2 weeks, right now. You will fail. Now, speaking of failing, there is a golden point of NoFap, which is basically when you don't have to think about it at all. So if you're going throughout your day and you don't have a thought of doing any of the three, any PMO, you don't have any urges, you don't have to see anything on your like Instagram, which you should be just off completely. That's called the golden point of NoFap. People enter this point somewhat often on like a trip. If they're always doing something, they'll not think about that in a day, and they'll realize later in the day, they're like, oh, I haven't even thought about that or done it today, and they feel great. That is the golden point of NoFap. That's when you reach that point regularly, it's absolutely amazing. Once you do realize you're addicted, it will get worse, because you'll realize that you're addicted, you'll notice when you do it more often, and you will also feel bad about doing it, because you're like, oh, I don't want to be doing this, this is terrible for me. And so you'll feel bad about doing it, and when you feel bad about doing it, your negative emotions and just like the strength of the negative emotions increase, and so it makes you more likely to do it. Because if you were mentally strong, if you were mentally stable, you wouldn't have to do it at all. You wouldn't do it at all. But when you're mentally weak or when you're mentally unstable, that's when you're more likely to do it. So that's why the golden point is so good. It's because you don't think about it, and your mental state is just way higher. Now, there's two predominant ways to quit. There's the cold turkey way, and there is the build-up way. So, the cold turkey way, most people go about it wrong, but it's where you just stop completely right away. Now, almost guaranteed you will fail. But there's a few ways to reduce this and make it more likely that you'll start out with a lot longer streaks. So, when you start, you probably do it in the same place every day or every time you do it. Like, let's say your bedroom or in the bathroom or wherever. You need to not go to that place again for the next 2 weeks. If it's in your bedroom, go sleep on the couch. If it's in the bathroom, use a different bathroom. Or, like brush your teeth in the kitchen sink or something like that. And if your parents ask you why you're doing it, you can say, I want to see if for the couch, I was like, I want to see if my bed is messing with my back. I just want to test it, for a few weeks, for 2 weeks. And that'll work out fine. If you can do that if you don't trust your parents. If you do trust your parents, you should actually tell them why, and they can probably help you with that. Bathroom thing, same thing. It's like, it's too dirty up there because my siblings, or like I like the shower in the other bathroom, or whatever it is. Think of some excuse, or just tell your parents why. Now, if these things fail, because they most likely will, if they fail, what you can do otherwise is called it's not called anything, but it's like the slow and steady version. So what you're going to do is, for this month, you're going to cross out 4 days, 1 day a week in your calendar, preferably the same day. Actually, no. You're going to do the same day. So like Thursday. Just cross out every Thursday. Those days, you don't do any PMO. None. I won't be too hard. I think you will be able to do that this month. Then, next month, you add a day of the week. So next month, you'll do Thursdays and Tuesdays, or Thursdays and Mondays, or something like that. You don't do it then. And within 7 months, supposedly, you should be completely done with PMO. You should be not at the golden point of NoFap, but you shouldn't be doing any of it. Now, this thing, it might feel weird to do it, but it should help you get to a lot longer streaks more consistently. There's a few things to do if you fail. To do in general, actually. Number one is, if you do fail, you need to have an accountability partner or partners that you talk to. So if you fail, you have like this group chat. You say, hey, I failed today. I just had to let you know. Or you can, before you fail, call those buddies up and say, like, hey, I'm not doing too good. Like, let's have a conversation, or help me get busy, or help me, whatever it is. I ask my friends to pray for me personally, because I'm a Christian. Second thing is, you should not beat yourself up about it. I know you're going to feel bad after doing it, and like the PNC, post-nut clarity is, it'll get you. But you should not beat yourself up about it, because when you beat yourself up about it, you'll feel worse, and it makes you more likely to fail again. So you just need to realize, okay, that was bad. Now I need to move on. Third thing is, if you see something or get an urge or anything like that, you think of something, what I do to counter that is to, first of all, you imagine that thing encompassed in a box inside your head. Then you imagine like Master Hand from whatever game that is. Zelda? You imagine the Master Hand, and you imagine it coming down and grabbing that box, which is that thought, and taking it away. And just, you forget about it. This will make it harder to think about. Like it'll make it like physically harder to think about. And it tells your brain, okay, these things are not good. I shouldn't be thinking about those. I shouldn't be showing those pictures in his mind to him. And number 4 is that you cannot stay at home alone and do nothing. Or not even alone. You can't stay home and do nothing. You have to be doing something in the day. Because if you are not doing something in a day, you will almost guaranteed fail. There's a saying that goes, an idle mind is the devil's playhouse. And that is because an idle mind thinks up of random things to pass the time. And those random things will eventually get to something that you shouldn't be thinking about that will cause you to fail. I was home alone yesterday, and I failed horribly because I knew I could get away with it, and there was if I didn't fail the first time, I would have failed the second time the thought came up, or the third time the thought came up. You must find things to fill your time. The things that I do are things like reading books. I do the Bible as well as other books. Exercising. You should go work out. You should go on a run. You can go on a walk if you want. Spending time with family and friends is absolutely amazing for you to do, because you should spend more time with them, because you don't have forever. Number 4 is journaling or meditating or anything else that will improve your mental health, which will then improve your ability to not do PMO. So now I've got nothing more for you today. I will tomorrow. But if you have watched all my videos, get off YouTube. You don't need to see anything else. There's nothing else that you need to watch on YouTube whatsoever. Just get off, go touch grass, go hang out with your family, go do all the good things. If you haven't watched my videos, all 4 of them so far, you don't have to. You can if you want, but other than that, do not watch anything. Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what, just get off. Go hang out with someone, go play a game with the family, board games, go read, just anything else. Anyway, I'll see you later, boys, and good luck.